What's up, 1851 world? Welcome to this week's weekly Sizzle. A few things for you this week. My column, which ran yesterday, which I always like to talk about because this is a great platform for me to share with you my opinion. I wrote about Paul Rudd was on Howard Stern, and he was talking about getting apart with Jack Nicholson. And that his dad would have been overly proud that he was able to act next to his dad's favorite actor. And it got me thinking, based on the way that he was talking during the interview, that it was almost reflective that he felt like he wished his dad could have been there for that moment because his dad had passed. So yesterday's column I wrote about what I would like to say to my mom and dad. I feel like oftentimes, and this goes through the experiences of those that have had the benefit of interacting with through life and through business, that we have regrets when someone passes, that we haven't had the shot to say whatever we felt or whatever we had inside, that we always feel or we take for granted that we will have another day tomorrow. As it relates back to business, I think far too often we get trapped. That we set our dreams or we set our wishes and we don't take the right steps to make something happen. We always feel, and this is just procrastination America, that tomorrow will be another day, that we can start whatever goal that we're trying to achieve tomorrow. As many people go through different experiences with death, or as many people say that they want to do something or set a goal or a bucket list. Far too often we fail to do it. This is why probably entrepreneurs are so special, because at some point they really jump off that ledge and take that leap. I find it interesting as it relates back to franchising, because of all the franchisees that I've had the benefit of working with and franchisors, far often they have a similar story. Obviously they've made the leap, but something, some kind of goal lived for a long time before it came to fruition. So a lot of people use a new year as that jumping off point, that this year is going to be the year that I buy a franchise, and if it is, good for you. But the point of the column is that don't take things for granted. And it's obviously easy for me to say that. I am guilty in many scenarios of not doing exactly what I wish or plan or set out to achieve. But try to find some value in knowing that, one, do what you want to do and do it sooner than later before time's gone, and two, make sure that you appreciate those around you. You never know when that last day is going to be. So, Mom and Dad, that column was for you. And for everybody else, hopefully you got some kind of motivation out of what I wrote in my column yesterday. This issue, as we're wrapping it up, is on low-cost franchises. This week, we had two good stories. One, low-cost franchises for veterans. There are many brands that fit into specific categories, so whether it's veterans or athletes or minorities, there are categories that get specific to those general terms of a human being or the experience of a human being. This week we obviously covered what would be specific for vets, but there's many that could be specific to you. So what's your passion? What are you looking to accomplish in a business opportunity? And find that category that speaks to you. And especially if it's low cost based on the potential investment bandwidth that you have, then focus on that. Also did some franchises under $50,000 investment. What that means is there's plenty of opportunities for you to actually jump off that ledge and become a franchisee with brands that are under the $50K investment level. Now, I will put a caveat on the low-cost franchise in that you have to set your expectations properly. This week, there may have been, I'm filming this on Wednesday, so the drawing's tonight for Powerball, but there may have been a winner, but there may have not been. But expectation when you buy a ticket with the odds is probably not very good that you're going to win it. I hope someone out there won it, and if you did, talk to me, because maybe I can sell you something or a few things. But the point being that set your expectations clearly. Low-cost investment means that it's going to be a little bit more challenging to get to the $1 million mark. Set your expectations realistically, and know that it's gonna take time to scale. There are no get rich quick schemes. Even when self-serve frozen yogurt makes us think that that is a possibility. And one other story, and I shared this with my LinkedIn audience. You feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to connect with any of you. But I shared this because I found it interesting that 48,600 franchise industry jobs were created, and I feel like that's not being talked about enough. I don't think franchising gets the respect that it deserves. I don't know that the political candidates are looking at franchising as the right outlet for them to achieve voters and appease a greater audience. I don't know that Washington gives the franchise industry the respect that it deserves. I don't know that us as a franchise industry are telling that story enough. But 48,000 plus jobs, that's pretty impactful. That means we are finding ways, we are carving out new jobs for those that are trying to make a difference in their lives. So I shared that on LinkedIn, and I said, shame on us for not sharing that story enough. It is quite impactful. And for those that are looking to get in franchising, those that are looking to make a difference in their lives, those that are willing to take that risk in 2016, look at that. That means this industry is hot. This industry is right. And this could be the right time for you to make that big decision to make a jump into the world of franchising. A few things for you this week. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week on the Weekly Sizzle. Thank you.